Diamond Leone here, your host of the Get Your Happy Back podcast. This is episode 2, and I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today, we are going to talk about boundaries, how to implement them, what they are, what do you do when someone doesn't honor them, that sort of thing. And we're going to try to talk about them with respect to your personal life as well as your business life. So I'm going to try to keep this podcast really short, so I'm going to talk really fast. So what is a boundary? A boundary is basically your own preferences, desires, limits, and deal breakers. According to Terry Cole, who is a boundary expert, if you want a deeper dive into boundaries, go over to Instagram and look up Terry Cole, and she'll go into so much more about these. But in essence, boundaries are just your own desires and deal breakers in a nutshell, right? So, before we get into how to implement boundaries, one thing I really want to say is that the most important relationship that you're ever going to have with anyone is yourself. Okay, so you have to really understand yourself, know what you like and what you don't like, and you have to know kind of like your strengths and your weaknesses, meaning like, when you're emotionally feeling sort of, taxed and how to sort of convey that to someone else, because nobody can read our minds, guys, not our partners, not our kids, our family, nobody. So we have to be the one to sort of, let people know what's going on with us. So boundaries are great for just letting people know not just what we don't want, okay, like keep out, but also what we want more of, okay? A lot of people think that if someone sets a boundary, that it is them trying to keep you, to push you away, right? But it's not. If someone sets a boundary, they're actually trying to keep you in their life. They're saying, hey, this is what is making me unhappy. I really need for you, to change that so that we can stay together, kind of thing. So it's not an ultimatum. All right. So let's talk about our personal, how boundaries work in a personal setting versus a professional setting. So for example, there's a little bit of girl chat in here. So I was in a relationship with someone, and sometimes it's better to give you an example, a real life example, for you to understand how a boundary works. So I was in a relationship with someone, and they were doing some behavior that just didn't work for me. I didn't like the way it made me feel. I found it to be disrespectful. I just didn't like it, right? So I went to this person and I was like, hey, I just want to share with you that this behavior that you're doing, I don't like it. This is how it makes me feel. Now, I did not tell this person, hey, knock that shit off or I'm out of here. That's an ultimatum. And first of all, who wants to be talked to like that, right? So what I said was very lovingly, I just want to share with you that you have every right to continue with that type of behavior if that's what you choose to do. But if you choose to continue with that behavior, I'm going to have to remove myself from this situation to protect myself, right? So you see the difference there in a boundary versus giving someone an ultimatum. A boundary is a lot more loving, and a boundary is, hey, I really want us to stay here in this space together, but this is what works for me and this is what doesn't. So if you're going to continue to choose behaviors that don't work for me and that don't make me feel good about staying here, then I'm going to have to remove myself from the situation. So boundaries are all about, like, for us, they keep us safe. So that's how a boundary works, and that's kind of how you want to phrase it to the person. Remember, it's never you giving someone an ultimatum. All right. So that is a boundary in your personal life. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, now, what do you do if someone doesn't respect your boundary? Oh, drum roll. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, if someone doesn't respect your boundary, there's no need to get mad and angry and throw a fit and do all these like emotionally charged behaviors. No, you know what you do? You say, I see that you've chosen to continue with that behavior because for some reason that suits you, that's making you happy in some way, or you wouldn't do it. So, and that's fine. That's totally up to you to continue with that. But I'm going to remove myself from this situation. Okay. Or you can just peace out and never talk to them again. However it is you roll. But my point is, you have to look you have to look after yourself and take care of yourself. And boundaries are a great way of, establishing that, how you want to be treated and, the respect that you need, and also what you're willing to give too, right? So, okay, so that's boundaries in our personal life. Now let's talk about our professional life. So, one other point I want to make. If a person doesn't change their behavior when you tell them, hey, this is not working for me. I don't like this. I don't like the way it makes me feel, but they continue. It's like a form of control that they're trying to have over you, because they're trying to continue with a behavior that they know doesn't work, but they're trying to control the outcome also. But here's the thing, they don't get to do that. Now, if you have weak boundaries and you go back to a person who has done certain behaviors that you don't like, well, then you're teaching them how to treat you. Remember this, guys, we teach people how to treat us, okay? And that's a real painful thing to realize, but it's true. So if you don't like someone treating you a certain way, then you have to have boundaries and you have to take action for yourself, not to punish them, but for yourself if that person does not honor your boundaries. So I hope we've cleared all that up as far as what boundaries are, how to implement them, and what to do if someone doesn't honor them in your personal life. Now let's scoot on over to our professional life. It's really important to have boundaries in your professional life, because if you don't, you will be burned out very quickly. Whether you work for someone else or you're self-employed like I am, you have to have boundaries. I have to have boundaries for myself. Like I have to have start and stop times for my day, because I will just keep going and going and going, and I can get burned out really quickly, okay? But if you work for somebody else, and particularly a lot of people work from home now, you really have to have boundaries with your employer and your coworkers and people, because people think, oh, she's home, so she can do this, this, and this. Well, no, I can't. I have kids, I have a dog, I have whatever, right? You have responsibilities, and you also have a life, and you have a right to have a life. So establishing a start and a stop time is a great way to set a boundary with your employer and also your coworkers. If you're going to be out of the office, you want to let people know, like, hey, I'm going to be out of the office, and this is what constitutes an emergency if someone needs to reach me. And this is, you know what I mean? So you're kind of like managing, I say boundaries and managing expectations really kind of go, they're like brother, sister kind of thing. So it's really important for that. Another really great way to establish a boundary in a professional setting is in your email footer. You can put like when you'll be responding to emails. That's so huge, because people think for some reason when they send an email, they're supposed to get an answer back 5 minutes later, but you're busy and you got things to do, right? So, but again, managing expectations and just putting, when you'll be responding to emails is a great way to set a boundary. Now, I just kind of go off topic for a little bit but just for a second on some other behaviors I want you to be really careful to steer clear of when you're in a professional setting. Stay away from gossip, okay? Gossip diminishes your value in the workplace. I don't care what anyone else says. Even if you're not the one saying the gossip, if you're standing around listening to it, receiving it, you are perceived to be part of that collective group, okay? And that's not a good look for you, especially if you're trying to get ahead or if you want your boss to see you as a professional, and you don't want other coworkers to see you meddling in that stuff either, because it's ugly and it's never good. It's never positive. It's bad energy. It's bad. Just do not gossip, okay, at work. And stay away from the people that do. You want to also stay away from politics and religion. Guys, people, if they disagree with you politically, they will just not like you. We've evolved unfortunately into a place where if someone just doesn't like your viewpoints on politics or religion, particularly politics, you're just labeled a certain way, and it's really unfair. But just, you know what? Guess what? Unless you're in the political field, you don't need to be talking about politics and religion at your job. Okay, so steer clear from that. And my God, whatever you do, please do not tell people your personal business at work. Okay, nothing good ever comes from that. You can tell your best friend who's not employed there. You can tell a therapist. You can even call me and tell me. But do not tell people at your work all about who you're dating this week, and no, I'm not dating them now, and I'm with somebody else, and oh, I'm having financial problems. No, that's nobody's business. And it diminishes your credibility, your professionalism, and the way people see you, okay? If you're trying to get ahead in the professional world, you have to have boundaries around these types of things, okay, for yourself. Who are boundaries for? They're for us. They're not for the other people, okay? So boundaries are all about knowing yourself, knowing what your preferences, desires, limits, and deal breakers are, and then conveying that to the world, the people around us, your lover, your husband, your side chick, your side dude. You know what I mean? I'm being funny, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's for your kids, your family, your coworkers, that boundaries are what keep us in a healthy, state at all times. Okay, so that's it. I don't want to ramble. I hope this episode has been helpful for you guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything I forgot. I think that's everything. So I want to thank you guys so much for listening. And if you have any questions, or if you are in a situation where you'd like to figure out how to word something to set a boundary, I would love to help you with that. I am the queen. People always call me and ask me, how do I word this email, or how do I say this? I will help you say it. So please reach out to me via email. So that would be diamondleone@gmail.com, or you could reach out to me through Instagram, TikTok. I mean, my God, I'm everywhere that unfamous people are. So just find me and you can reach out to me. Some little homework here. If you could please be sure to subscribe to this podcast. I would love to, so you can get notifications when we have a new episode. And if you could please leave a review. I have to start asking for reviews so that we can, bump up the algorithm to get it out to more people. And again, follow me on TikTok or Instagram. TikTok is Diamond Leone. Instagram is The Diamond Leone. So please be sure to follow me. A lot of more fun content is over on TikTok. I'll tell you that now. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching on YouTube and for listening here on Spotify, Apple, and all these other platforms. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.